What is it? What's it gonna be? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you, okay, you beautiful people, do I stay in sunny California and move to Anaheim, paradise, palm trees, beaches, sunshine, or do I move to Chicago area, Illinois, where it's family friendly, good food, and you might get a little bit of snow or a lot in the wintertime and really get that nice, cozy feeling. And the springtime is freaking beautiful out there too, I might say. I'm stuck. I am stuck. Good morning, you beautiful people. Thank you so much for watching these videos, and I really, really hope that you can relate and take something away from these videos, you know, the ones of me in the car just hanging out, chilling. So, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. My girlfriend and I have a 2-year-old son, and we are trying to find the best place to raise him and the best place where it's not too expensive. So, 2 places that we have in mind that we have been to, yes, we have traveled to, is 1, Southern California, particularly Anaheim and Orange County. Sunshine, palm trees, diversity, and the beaches are not too far away. We stayed in Anaheim for around 6 days. And of course, you know, we hit up the Disneylands. We went to Universal Studios, which is over in like Hollywood, North Hollywood. The only bad thing about Southern California is there are warnings about drought and limited water resources. There's also a lot of people. The population in Los Angeles County is like 10 million plus. 10 million plus people. I think the city of Anaheim has like 300,000 people. Or is that Orange County? I don't know. But it's not in LA necessarily. It's just south of LA. And it's in Orange County. It's called Anaheim, California. So, if we move out there, yes, it's a little cheaper than the Bay Area. Yes, it's a little more affordable than the Silicon Valley where I'm born and raised, where apartments are $2,400 a month. But it's still kind of pricey. Okay, if you look on this website called Niche or Niche, however you say it, the housing is a D on Anaheim because the income is not up to par with the housing. So, you know, you might be making $50,000, $60,000 a year as a household income, and the houses are like $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 in Anaheim. It's California, right? But I do like the fact that the beaches are close by. If we live there, I can imagine myself wearing shorts, wearing a freaking tank top, and wearing sandals, having a nice barbecue in the backyard with the freaking michelada or a coconut, and just straight chilling, right? Of course, working, doing all that crazy stuff. Surfing, man, I'll pick up surfing. I really wanted to try that. I'm deathly afraid of the ocean and sharks, but if I live out there, I'll definitely try it out a few times. So that is almost like paradise, if you think about it, you know. But paradise comes at a price. You feel me? Southern California, there is a lot of people. There is a lot of people out there. And, you know, one of my goals in life is to get away from the fucking rat race. That is what I want to avoid. And if we go there to Southern California, Orange County, specifically Anaheim, there's gonna be that rat race feel, I can just tell. Because when we're out there, it's fucking hustle and bustle. Now, I'm from California. My girlfriend's from California. We're used to the California weather. Second place that we have on my mind that we just recently visited was Chicago. We just recently visited Chicago, Illinois. We stayed in Aurora, Illinois, which is about 40 minutes outside. We went to Lombard, Villa Park, Elmhurst. We drove through these areas. We drove through North Lake. Now, I really like North Lake a lot because it's a majority Hispanic community. It's beautiful, man. The houses are very well kept. They're older homes, but the lawns are nice. The houses are freaking super small and cute, you know, and it's a lot more affordable than what you have out here in California. So when I said houses in Anaheim are 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, out there in North Lake, they're around $200,000, give or take. A little less, a little more, depending on if they remodeled it recently. Now, I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, let me weigh out the options of household income. And the household income in, I went by hourly wages, and the hourly wages are virtually very similar from Southern California and Chicago and its suburbs. Okay? So, like Anaheim is not necessarily in Los Angeles, North Lake is not necessarily in Chicago. It's outside of Chicago. And it's a small community outside of Chicago. It's called North Lake. The reviews are pretty nice. We pulled over, we walked around the neighborhood. There was a house for sale that I just walked up to, and I was like, damn, I can imagine myself being here. There's also a couple areas that I like, which is Norridge, which is, I think, a mainly Italian neighborhood. And there's another place called Skokie, which is starting to get a little more pricey up there. Evanston, Skokie, Niles, Norridge, Norwood Park. These areas are all north of downtown Chicago. And I'm very interested in these places because, no, they're not $200,000. It's maybe $300,000 plus for a house. But it might be a little more family friendly. It might be a little more nicer. And of course, like North Lake, Franklin Park, and Melrose Park, those Hispanic areas I really like too. And they're a little cheaper as well, so that's always good. But the only thing is, we are not from Illinois. We are not from Chicago. So one, we'd have to live there for about a year in order to become an Illinois resident, I believe, right? We're going to have to get Illinois license plates on the car. That's going to cost money. We're going to have to get accustomed to the differences in culture and people. When we were out there for 6 days in in Chicago, we stayed in Aurora. It was very, very nice. People are more family friendly than out here in the Bay Area. But one thing that I am pretty worried about, which everyone says you got to be careful about, is the winters. All right, out here in the Bay Area in Los Angeles, winters are typically very mild. Okay, lowest it'll get maybe in the 40s. In the mornings it can get in the low 30s, and that's pretty cold. But to people out there in Chicago, they would laugh at that shit, right? And just be like, oh my God, 30 degrees is warm out here. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like negative 22 degrees or negative 40 degrees in February recently. It was all over the news, the polar vortex, right? And I'm just like, oh my God. But, our ancestors, everybody's ancestors have traveled throughout the world through heat, through extreme cold, without a heater, without blankets, without a house, right? They use freaking animal hide and stuff. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, it is doable. Is it scary? Yeah. It's going to be cold as a motherfucker. Is it cheaper? Oh, yeah, it is cheaper. But then you have to take things, in account, I guess. So you can't let snow on the roof pile up, or else your roof can cave in. Your car, if you're driving it in the snow, if you got to get out of the driveway, you gotta shovel that snow. You can trip and fall if you're not wearing the right shoes. You could have snow days to where everything shuts down and you can't even get to work, which I think they all understand that. No school, no work. In California, wildfires, overpopulation in certain areas, and if a natural disaster happens, are you going to be able to get out? So things to consider. California, Southern California, Anaheim is up here in the price to live. Chicago and its surrounding areas, the cost of living is a little down here. But it's very cold, and it's a lot of labor to take care of that house when there's a lot of snow piling up around it, right? Imagine getting trapped on the freeway in a snowstorm. No bueno. There's also flood insurance you need to get because there's a lot of flooding that goes on. Southern California, you might need to get fire insurance because there's always wildfires. When it rains, it pours. When it rains, it fucking pours. In Southern California, it comes down hard. Just all these different dynamics. But I'm very happy and I feel good about these two choices. Because we can move anywhere the freak we want in the United States. The only thing is, what's best for our son? What's best for the future? And what's not gonna freaking take all of our freaking money? God damn it. So, like I said, Anaheim, California, or the surrounding areas, it's a 6-hour drive from where our family is, where we live right now. That's a bonus. But it's kind of expensive. And it's overpopulated. A lot of people. Chicago, on the other hand, is like a 3-day drive. It was about a 4-hour flight. And none of our family lives out there. You know. Shout out to Gloria. I met at the airport. And she said, you should really consider moving out here. You got family out here, right? I was like, no. And her eyes got really big, and she's like, you don't know anybody out here? I said, no. Me, my girlfriend, and my son are here on our own right now. We're just seeing what it's like, planting that seed, making sure that we see more of the United States before we make a decision because, you know, we can't just say, oh, we want to move to Chicago without visiting it first. And so far, we went in the springtime. You know, so far I like it. I just need to check out the winter time. Let me know, man. What do you guys think? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you, okay, you beautiful people, do I stay in sunny California and move to Anaheim, paradise, palm trees, beaches, sunshine, or do I move to Chicago area, Illinois, where it's family friendly, good food, and you might get a little bit of snow or a lot in the wintertime and really get that nice, cozy feeling. And the springtime is freaking beautiful out there too, I might say. I'm stuck. I am stuck in a freaking pickle, alright? I don't have family in either freaking place. What is it? What's it gonna be? Sunny paradise, Anaheim, California with the beaches nearby, or beautiful, well-known Chicago and its surrounding areas with the beautiful spring weather and the freaking cold winters. But guess what? Damn it. I will shovel that snow, I will drink that coffee, and I will make my son shovel the driveway. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? One of those two places. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's freaking go and get that damn house, man. Let's go. All right. Thank you all so very much. Demise Media.